What's up, guys? This is my camera. What the fuck is that? Smudge. Let's clean this a little bit, just like that. Okay, what's up, guys? It's your boy Most. A lot of people ask me questions about filming, photography, and the whole get down of what I do, what I use, what I don't do. And let me give you guys some tips, a little breakdown. First off, anybody can buy the equipment that I have. Anybody can buy the equipment that these big movie production people have. You got the money? Go ahead, throw bands, go do that, go crazy. But one thing you can't buy is creativity, is an eye for things. You can't buy talent, you can't buy hustle, you can't buy passion. But you can buy lights, movie sets, hire people, do all that other shit. But without those things that I mentioned right there, you're not gonna go far. So for me, the best thing that helped me as a video director and a short movie producer, the best thing that happened for me was messing up and failing. Trial and error, getting back up and doing it differently. And if I mess up again, then do it a different way. Find your own way how to do things. Before I even went on YouTube and searched how to use the camera or the program and stuff like that, I learned it on my own. I literally sat in front of the program. The program that I use is Adobe Premiere Pro. I use CS6, that's a free version. The other version you have to pay monthly. I figured the program out on my own. I took the time and I just sat there and played with it. The program looks very intimidating. I'm not even gonna lie. That's one of the key things that you're gonna need if you want to be a great video director or producer. You're gonna want to have that interest. You're gonna want to have that hype energy to learn something new every single time. I learn something new every single day. Even if it's a shortcut key to make something move a little bit faster as far as post-production and editing, then I'm all for it. So messing up, doing things the wrong way got me to where I am right now. Not saying that I'm pro or nothing, I'm still a rookie at this, but I know enough and I'm self-taught, so I feel like I can guide you guys and give you guys a little bit of information. So let's start with the basics. Everyone always asks me, what's a good basic camera to start off with? I started off with the Rebel camera, that's a Canon. It's like the basic upgrade camera from the ones that you normally see when your family has in their pocket and they pull it out, that attaches to your wrist. It's your first step up to a DSLR. My first one was a Rebel T3i, and that was $700 around the time when I first got it. Right now, I think they're on Rebel 7 Ti, something like that. But you can get them, they're roughly around between $600 and $700 depending on where you go. A lot of people go for Costco because they always come in bundle packs. You can get a zoom in lens, you can get a prime lens, might come with the extra SD card and a battery. And I think it's good for you guys to go and get the packs first. It comes with a backpack, extra whatnot. But the main thing that I advise you guys is, for some of you guys, $700, $600, that's a lot of money out of your pocket. That's what I thought too when I first got the camera, until I figured out I can do so many crazy things with it. And you know, it generated into a business in which, and basically that $600, $700 that I spent for that camera put me in the position where I am today, because I kept going further with it and more revenue and money kept coming in. But we'll get to that subject in a minute. So I started off with that camera. It was the basic of the basics. It was lightweight, easy to use, and there's a lot of tutorial videos online that help me. There's always gonna be tutorials online if you don't know how to use something. So why did I go with that camera from the beginning? Why not? I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so why not get a camera that's basic? It's a turn on, push the button, ready to go. There wasn't too much menus or nothing for it. It was a flip screen. Everything was pretty much straightforward with it. So this is my thing where I'm starting off with telling you guys. Only invest in a starter camera. Use that camera for about 6 to 7 months to see if you really are still interested and you have that same energy that you had the first day when you wanted to get that camera. If you have that same energy 6 to 7 months later and you're still interested in pursuing playing around with the camera and taking pictures or video, then I would suggest you guys move on to buying accessories. Move on to maybe getting a bigger lens or a better camera. I would say that's a good enough time frame to let yourself know that if this is really for you, because a lot of people jump into buying so many things right from the beginning, and then a month later they haven't even touched it, and then a few months later it collected dust, and you know, you spent all that money on all this gadgets and wrist straps and all the other shit and all the other stuff, and I don't want you guys to spend more money than you need to. right? Only pursue digging into your bank account if you feel that this is really for you. Now the camera that you guys are looking at me on right now, it is a 5D Mark III Canon. When this camera first came out, it was $5,000 just the body with no lens. Of course, as time goes by, the prices do drop down, and right now you can get this camera for, I believe, about $3,000 with the lens. But here's my main thing I'm telling you guys. When you guys get a camera, no matter if it's the basic camera, always ask about insurance. Sure, everything over, what is it? Anything over 150, don't quote me if I'm wrong, but something like that, there's always gonna be a warranty. And what warranty means, yeah, it depends, but you know, you don't want to read that whole sheet of listed paper. Warranty would mean you would have to ship it out, pay for that. They tell you what's wrong with it. You have to pay a deductible for that. Then you probably have to pay for the shipping to come back. And you never know when your shit's gonna come back. You never know. So I always got Best Buy. So I got the Geek Squad. They always updated me how long the process is gonna take. I knew how much it was gonna have to cost after I broke my cameras, my 2 cameras that I ran over. Yeah, if you guys don't know about that story, then just scroll through my other vlogs, you'll find it. But every time my camera broke, got ran over, I went straight to Geek Squad with it, and I paid the deductible, which was like $400. It came to like $500. They shipped it off, and I would end up getting a brand new camera, or if they could fix it, or I get a brand new camera, they'd let me know within a week, which is fine. It's cool with me. But for warranty, they might have your camera for up to like 2 months. You just never know. And you'd be missing opportunities in jobs or events. So with that said, always get an insurance, no matter what. I'm telling you. And you're hearing this from somebody that's had multiple experiences with equipment breaking. Okay, on to the next tip. It's always good to get a heavy duty backpack. I do want to get a different backpack. This was like just the first backpack I started off with. Reason why I want a different backpack is because I always have to take my laptop with me, because images on the screen will always look so crisp and clear, but you never know what it looks like until you put it on the laptop and you can actually zoom in and see details. So that's one key thing I'll let you guys know. Now I want to get a backpack that can hold my laptop in. This laptop is obviously too big for this bag, but this is a good steady bag. It's got over 6 different compartments. In your bag, you should always carry 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5 extra batteries. Always carry extra batteries. You never know where you're gonna be at, and if one battery wasn't charged and the other one's dying, and then I don't know, maybe the other one only had like 1 or 2 bars left. You should always have at least 2 fully charged batteries. Because you never know where you're gonna end up being, and you don't want to miss your shots because you have to run to an outlet and a plug to go sit down and charge that shit. Camera straps, I really don't use these for film. This is mostly for photographers. Boom, here's a big one. SD cards. Oh man, SD cards. I lose so many SD cards. They're so small and easy to lose. But let me just tell you guys this. The best cards to get are SanDisk. I've had my experience with Sony and all the other ones. And back to what I was saying about messing up and failures, I used some other cards back in the day and I filmed a whole day of footage. But because the cheap brand that I got and everything, I don't know what the situation was, and let me just tell you, after filming a whole day on a card and then later on at night that card somehow formats, that's the most horrible worst thing ever. Good thing those weren't paying jobs. Like imagine if I was filming a whole event and it was a wedding. Imagine if it was a wedding and then this card formatted. Sure, you can take this card to, like, I have a friend that recovers data from hard drives and everything, but he charges like big money, like thousands. So you would end up having to pay more money to recover everything off your SD cards than you're getting paid for the event. And let me just tell you, use SSD cards. Do not only stick to using these. I only use these because these are quick, easy to grab, and I just pop them in and pop them out. But if you're shooting big events, use SSD cards. But when you do get cards, always get a class 10. SanDisk class 10. That's the best quality and best brand that you can get. 64 gigs. Oh, you guys are still here. Okay. Nah, that's corny. One thing I always preach is never look at anybody else's work and then criticize your own. Only look at someone else's work if you come across it. Don't go searching for different ideas or to see somebody else how they do this or how they do that, because then you're gonna end up mimicking them, their style. You're not building your own clout. It's kind of like these rappers nowadays. They all sound the same. So it's like, what's so different about the next one? What's so different about this one? They're all the same. Make your stuff different. Focus on what you're doing, how you would do it, how you would want to hire somebody else to shoot your video. That's the way I look at it, because that's how I got started. I wanted somebody to film my own stuff and they didn't have the time for me. So I ended up buying a camera to do it myself. That's one reason why I feel like I'm going to be successful, is because I focus on how I picture things, how I would do it, not how somebody else would. And it's real easy to get caught up in social media and drama out there. No matter what, you're always gonna run into some type of competition. But don't focus on that. If you do focus on it, you're gonna get sucked into that and you're gonna end up falling off. It almost happened to me, but I'm strong enough to know better. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. I wanted to make this real short. This is part 1. There will be a part 2 about equipment and accessories and other things that I do use for my camera on the go. I would like to say thank you guys for watching my channel, liking, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. Who keeps writing me? But we gotta keep the good vibes going. So I wanna continue dropping some good content for you guys. Got a lot of events and stuff coming up that I'm gonna be taking this camera with me. And future camera that I will probably be getting soon, we're gonna be going with the Sony. I think we're gonna go with the Sony. I think we need a Sony for little night shots. And as far as the drone goes, I got a new drone. But we'll talk about that another time, right? So stay subscribed.